Welcome to Own Your Words. Plenty more fish in the sea. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. Used to tell someone, whose relationship has ended that, there are many other people that they could have a relationship with. 2. There are many other excellent, or more suitable people, things, opportunities, or possibilities in the world that one may find. 3. Used for telling someone whose boyfriend, or girlfriend has left them that they will soon have another relationship. 4. Saying someone will soon have another relationship. Examples. 1. I know you are broken up about Janet leaving you, but there are plenty more fish in the sea. 2. I'm pretty disappointed that I didn't get the job, but I'm trying to remind myself that, there are plenty more fish in the sea. 3. Tell him there are plenty more fish in the sea, and he's sure to find the perfect woman. 4. Don't cry over Pierre, there are plenty more fish in the sea. 5. When John broke up with Anne, I told her not to worry. There are plenty of other fish in the sea. 6. It's too bad that your secretary quit, but there are plenty of other fish in the sea. 7. There are plenty more fish in the sea, plenty more flowers in the garden, and plenty more guys out there. 8. But if he is not the right guy, don't worry, there are plenty more fish in the sea. 9. My mom always told me to remember that, there are other fish in the sea. Not one's cup of tea. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. Not something one prefers, desires, enjoys, or cares about. 2. If something is not your cup of tea, it is not the type of thing that you like. 3. Not one's cup of tea is something that one dislikes, or something that one has no interest in. Examples. 1. That side of the business thing is not my cup of tea, Vister said. 2. We've tried it before, and it's not his cup of tea as he just didn't settle in, Hayes said. 3. Action movies aren't really my cup of tea. I prefer dramas and comedies, to be honest. 4. She admits that stamp collecting isn't everyone's cup of tea. 5. Thank you for the invitation, but long-distance cycling just isn't really my cup of tea. 6. Karen knows all that New Age spiritual stuff isn't my cup of tea, so why would she give me a book on star signs, and astrology for my birthday? 7. Football seems to be everyone's favorite sport, but it's just not my cup of tea. 8. If taking a loan from the bank is not your cup of tea, there are other options available. 9. You may love going skydiving, but it is certainly not my cup of tea. 10. Facebook is not everyone's cup of tea, nor has it been around for as long. 11. Even if she's not your cup of tea, why must you be so hateful and so disrespectful? A piece of cake. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. The saying a piece of cake means something that's simple to accomplish. 2. Something that is very easy to do. 3. If you think something is very easy to do, you can say it is a piece of cake. People often say this to stop one from feeling worried about doing something they have to do. Examples. 1. Just another surveillance job, old chap. Piece of cake to somebody like you. 2. Giving Maria a makeover was a piece of cake, because she's so naturally beautiful. 3. The practical part will be a piece of cake, because I've been practicing for so long. 4. I thought I was going to fail the test, but it turned out to be a piece of cake. 5. I ask myself what kind of person I am, worrying about missing out on a lousy piece of cake. 6. Her family has 11 children, so looking after 4 will be a piece of cake for her. 7. After climbing mountains in the Swiss Alps, going up English hills is a piece of cake. 8. Taking photos should be a piece of cake, with the new camera I've got. 9. I couldn't help thinking, life is really a piece of cake, as I walked home from work. 10. Finding the name was easy, a piece of cake, or as a Greek might say, a piece of baklava. 11. I actually thought his quiet ways meant, that it would be a piece of cake to ride him. 12. And as far as the dancing goes, if you inherited my moves, the lesson will be a piece of cake. The pot calling the kettle black. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. Said to mean that someone with a particular fault, accuses someone else of having the same fault. 2. Something you say, that means people should not criticize someone else, for a fault that they have themselves. 3. A situation in which a person accuses someone of, or criticizes someone for something that they themselves are guilty of. 4. To comment on someone for a mistake, or weakness while you also own the same. Examples. 1. I can't believe that you are upset because I was late. That is the pot calling the kettle black. 2. All politicians blame each other and tell themselves good, it's like pot calling the kettle black. 3. I can't believe Bert called me cheap. Talk about the pot calling the kettle black. 4. You're judging me for wearing revealing clothing to a party? That's the pot calling the kettle black, don't you think? 5. Tom's criticizing Dexter for dubious line calls is, a case of the pot calling the kettle black. 6. His accusations must have sounded like, the pot calling the kettle black. 7. Stone complaining about Isaac's incivility is, a case of the pot calling the kettle black. 8. Calling shame on teenage parents is, a classic case of the calling the kettle black. 9. Elliot accused me of being selfish. Talk about the pot calling the kettle black. 10. To many analysts though, it could have seemed like the pot calling the kettle black. 11. I would note that the sigma factor is, the pot calling the kettle black here. Read between the lines. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. To try to understand someone's real feelings, or intentions from what they say or write. 2. When you read between the lines, you understand something that's not said outright. 3. If you read between the lines, you understand what someone means, or what is really happening in a situation, even though it is not said openly. 4. To pay attention to what is implied in writing or in speech. Examples. 1. Reading between the lines, I'd say he isn't happy with the situation. 2. But yes, you need to read between the lines, contact the host up front, and review details. 3. Reading between the lines, it seems neither player will be going to Japan. 4. If you read between the lines a little, you will realize that he has deeper motives. 5. Reading between the lines, it looks like the company is bracing for a hostile takeover. 6. Don't believe everything you read literally. Learn to read between the lines. 7. But I can read between the lines, and know you've gone through others as well. 8. Jody goes over the 2 faxes again, this time slowly, trying to read between the lines. 9. Simon presents his story in a typically heroic manner, so I have to read between the lines. 10. The biographer must always be doubted, cross-questioned, and read between the lines. 11. I found myself reading between the lines, sucking the marrow out of every sentence. 12. I later found out she was asking to be nice, but I'm bad at reading between the lines.
If you like the video, please hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for more videos.